All right. Hi, guys. Thanks a lot for joining. Let's just wait for 5 more minutes and then we'll be underway. Thanks a lot.
All right, hi everyone for joining in. Let's just start in a minute. Before that, how's everyone doing?
Hey man, how are you? So I just purchased one 3D printer, Bamboo Lab even.
Nice. I think we can actually talk a lot more about that in the upcoming sessions that we will have for dedicated bots.
Yeah, definitely.
That'll be fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
So
if
hey
it is good
Rajveer.
time, then hi, Rajbir. What's up, man?
Nothing much, bro. What about you?
Hey, you
Guys
finally
are at a
got your
seaside
guitar.
right now.
You got your guitar back from the flight crew.
Flight crew. Yeah, not actually. This was already here in Bangalore.
Oh,
So
okay. There's a different one.
yeah,
Nice,
I guess
nice.
you are in FIFA right now.
Oh yeah, I'm at C5. It's a nice place to have a session. That's why.
Actually, nice background.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks, man. Thanks. And by the way, congratulations on becoming the core team lead for this batch.
Oh no.
Be sure
Thank you.
you'll do really a lot of stuff, a lot of good stuff this time.
Yeah, thank you so much, bro. I
Anyway,
guess we are good to go then. In
yeah,
one
we're
minute
good to
at
go.
least.
Yeah, why don't you just begin with your presentation and then we'll be underway.
Yeah.
Okay, in the meantime, I see 22 people, including us. Uh, I guess people will join in, but at the same time, it's Pongal weekend, holiday, festival time. So yeah, that's understandable. But anyway, I just hope that all the students do watch this session on YouTube because you don't want to miss what happens in this session. All right, Rajveer, so you can begin, man.
Yeah.
Best of luck. Please go on.
Yeah. Okay. So, hello everyone. I guess everyone has tuned in by now. So, I'm Rajveer and I'm the core team lead for the IITM DIY Electronic Systems for the January batch. And I have with me my team members here present. So, firstly, it's Namay Chandra, then it goes with Vivek Dhariwal, and it's Aditya Rao. So, all of us are the TAs in the electronic system January batch of the School Connect program, and also all of us are undergraduates in electronics. So, hoping to have a very good session with all of you today. So, first of all, a very warm welcome to all of you to the Electronic Systems School Connect program. And I, Rajbir, on behalf of the entire School Connect program and on behalf of all my fellow TAs, I extend my warm wishes to all of you, and hoping to have a very good and productive session with all of you all throughout the batch. So here today our agenda is basically about the project and the robots which we are building for the projects. Okay, so the agenda basically lies is that we are introducing some projects apart from the regular course curriculum which we are going through in the electronic systems School Connect. So I guess we are done with week 2 by now, and here we are good to go to step into the project building phase of our January batch. So what we have done is we have introduced some projects here, which are basically robots, 4 projects broadly, and apart from your course curriculum, you will be engaging with us in the process of building your robots or projects, whatever it is, and this will help you earn another certificate apart from the certificate which you are getting for the course curriculum and passing the courses. So I guess that's it. And as you know, that engineering has broad range of aspects, and one of its aspect is the implementation or the application part of the concepts which you have learned. So I guess this is the best way of testing your concepts, that how the amount of conceptual clarity you're having with you, and that is only possible by means of building projects and getting your hands dirty and building some good projects. So here we are with some projects. So we'll be having broadly 4 projects here. Firstly, it is the walkie robot, which I am taking care of. Secondly, we have the ESP based robot, which my friend Namay Chandra will be taking care of. And thirdly, we have the Arduino based robots, which my friend, fellow TA Vivek Dhariwal is taking care of. And finally, we have the Raspberry Pi Pico WH, which my friend Aditya will be taking care of. So these projects and robots have been distributed amongst us. So I'll be taking care of the walkie robot. And anyways, if you are a beginner and you're looking for some beginner level skills and building some robots, so this is the best suited project for you. That's all what I can say. And apart from this, I'm guessing that we also have aerospace students with us in the project building. So if you're an aerospace student and you have enrolled for the electronics projects, so it is a very good call for you, because aerospace has a lot of electronics has a lot of applications in the aerospace domain. So best of luck for that. And so okay, so we have so a better
Account bind with
so for a
Okay,
better
Rajbir, I guess you need to enable voting because the Mentimeter doesn't open into that, the voting page. I can see presentation is closed. So can you just enable that so that everyone will be able to interact with the presentation?
Also, Rajbi, can we have the presentation participation link for everyone dropped in the chat so that people can just go through that link instead of scanning a QR in case they just have one device?
Okay. So I guess we have the QR
Do
and
you
the
want some help with that?
onto the mentimeter.com, and do it. Okay, anyways,
No,
I'll
I'm
get
saying drop a yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want me to do it, or you'll
Yeah,
manage?
definitely you can go ahead with it.
It's the same presentation, right? That's there on our main folder.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. Hmm.
Okay, so Rajbir, in the meantime, you can carry on.
Yeah. Okay. So if you're looking to have a more interactive session with us and being more connected all throughout the presentation of this welcoming session, you can just scan the QR and go on to mentimeter.com, and there is a code being displayed on our screen which goes as 88188402. You can enter the code on mentimeter.com, and that's you are connected with us, so you can directly engage with us in some fruitful quiz, and you can also ask your doubts and get them clarified. So I guess my friend Namai, he has dropped the link in the chat. Okay, so so how many of you have actually gone through the week 2 lectures?
I think voting will have to be enabled for them to participate. Is it enabled?
Yeah, it is. I can see some participants here.
Okay, guys, can you click on any option so that we know that you are able to interact with the presentation?
Any
Also,
suitable
I
option
have
you
dropped
want.
the
Options are not
link.
given yet. The options are not given yet.
The options are not given. Okay. By the way, can you go on the link real quick and maybe then try?
Yeah, I went to the link, but it is showing the presentation is closed.
That shouldn't be
Okay,
happening.
I see. The presenter has turned off voting access for this presentation. That's correct. Rajbir, could you possibly turn that on, please?
Rajbir, maybe come out of presentation mode and then go to the voting tab. You can show it. I'll guide you how to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, I think I've done that. That's all right. Go ahead, try again, please. Yeah, try again. Now you should. Could you move on to the next slide, please, real quick?
Yeah,
Yeah,
give me a
it's
sec.
open now. Thanks.
Perfect.
Okay,
No worries. No
perfect.
worries.
Okay, are we good to go now?
Yeah, please carry on, man.
Okay, fine. Okay, so I guess by now we have released the week 2 lectures, and how many of you have actually gone through the lectures? Can I have your responses?
So guys, this is an interactive presentation. That is the whole reason why we're using Mentimeter. Okay, so Mentimeter allows us to present, and at the same time, it allows you guys to answer. Right, so it's okay if you haven't watched it, just go ahead and select the options. But it's really great that 8 people have watched it. It's really nice.
That's nice. 9
Yep.
people.
The
10 people.
enthusiasm is really great this time.
11. That's nice.
Yeah, the number is just going to keep
Yeah,
on
I
increasing.
don't think there's anyone here who hasn't watched, which is a good thing. But if
Namai, I guess you're breaking up.
you haven't, that's all right, because this week.
Mhm.
Namai, I think your voice is breaking. There's some network
Okay,
breach.
give me 1 sec.
Now the number is at 17.
17. That's a good number. 18.
Let's see if we cross 20 in the next 2 minutes. But whatever it is, I'm really glad that the people in this batch are really enthusiastic to learn. And hopefully, all of them have watched the lectures, as they say. And the thing about the lectures is it's deadly interesting. So you need to treat the lectures as an initial phase, and then this session you need to come. Finally, it's at 20. That's really great. So yeah, you need to treat these sessions as the thing that you do after your video lectures. So this is the place where you'll be interacting with us, your instructors, your teaching assistants. And now this is the combined session where all four TAs are together, where we discuss a lot of cool stuff. But from now on, we will be having separate sessions for each individual type of robot. So you can choose whichever type of robot you want to build, and you'll be a part of that session. Also, we will be creating, we have already created WhatsApp groups. So Rajvi will be adding you guys to the WhatsApp groups where you can discuss with us. You can tag us at any time of the day, and then you can have discussions with us also. Any doubt related to your robot. So that is what I'm really looking forward to. So yeah, Rajvi, the number is at 22. That's really
Number is at
amazing.
22. Huge numbers, man.
Amazing.
I can see the enthusiasm is clearly visible in this batch. So hoping to have a very good and productive batch ahead.
Yeah, that's correct.
So I guess we
And
can move
even
now.
even after
Yeah,
the
let's
bot
go
building
to the next
lectures,
slide.
Yes,
after
Vivek?
the software part and the coding part, there are lectures in which you will get some motivation to build some other interesting projects as well. They're available to all the students on the portal itself. So all of us have recorded those lectures. So yeah, students should explore them and they can learn all of those things from that.
Yeah, also I see people are continuously spamming the thumbs up button. That's a good thing. So please keep on doing that so that we know that we are on the same page. Okay, literally on the same page. All right, Rajveer, I guess we can move
Yeah,
on.
okay. So that was those ones was some good suggestions from my friends Vivek and Aditya. So I guess we can move on to the next slide. So okay, what we'll do is like all throughout the sessions, we'll introduce the agenda of the session is making you guys familiar with all the TAs here and all the projects which are being discussed. So what we'll do is each TA will come up with their introduction and they'll introduce themselves and also they'll introduce a project which they have been assigned and which they are taking care of in the January batch. Okay, so this is a little bit about myself. So I'm Rajbir, and clearly I'm the teaching assistant in the IITM DIY School Connect program. So firstly, I am an electronics engineering undergraduate at IIT Madras, and I have been assigned to be the TA and the teaching assistant for the School Connect program in the electronic systems. And it's been 5 months now, and I actually look back and I have had a very good time being the teaching assistant and hoping to have the same experience all ahead. So all of you guys like wondering what electronic systems in the School Connect program is about. So this is something about from where the electronic systems and the idea of electronic systems in the School Connect program actually originated. So it originated back in 2024 when we were having the RoboSoccer event in the Paradox, which is a techno-cultural fest at which is held at IIT Madras. So what's RoboSoccer? RoboSoccer is an annual robotics event which is held at IIT Madras. Okay, so this event deals with robotics in a very fun experience, blending it with some fun. And this is nothing just but a soccer match, which in which robots replace humans and score goals, and the highest goal scorer is declared the winner. So this is somewhere where the electronic systems, the idea of electronic systems in the School Connect program actually originated from under the valuable guidance and mentorship of our very own Professor Janaki Raman from the Electrical Engineering Department. It was only that person's driving force behind the running of the electronic systems in the School Connect program. So, not deviating, but sticking to the points. I am also a very enthusiastic and a driven individual when it comes to domains like aerospace, drone technology, electronics, and avionics. So I have a thing for domains like them. And I also love the concept of software and hardware being blending into each other. And that is the reason why I have landed up into a electronics course as an undergrad year. So, and also talking about engineering, why did I take up engineering? That is simply because engineering is the only stuff which bridges the gap between real world problems and real world solutions. So, this was a little bit about myself. now, not taking much of your time, I'll quickly hand it over to the other TAs to take up from here. So next we have Namai with us. Namai, can you
Yeah,
introduce yourself to the students?
certainly. I'll keep it short and specific to what we're here for. And that's why I'm Namai. I am your teaching assistant looking after the ESP8266 spot. More about that very soon. It's one of the most interesting builds. And as for my background, I've done research at a lot of institutions like IIT Bombay, where I was last summer, NTU, which is Nanyang Technical University, Singapore, IIT Hyderabad, IIT Roper, IIT Madras for that matter. And my projects have actually focused on embedded system robotics and AI/ML. I'm also 3D printing enthusiast, and you would see that trend throughout the projects that I do mention about in the videos that are on the portal. So yeah, and then I'm pretty sure we can discuss a lot more about future projects that you can actually base your existing projects off of. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And I think I really hope you have a fun time here learning about how these robots are built and coding them, and finally giving it some chassis magic and giving them some nice personality. Yeah.
So, okay, that
Right.
was a
On
good
to
introduction.
yes. On to the next slide.
So that was a very good introduction from my friend Namai. So we'll move on to the next TA, which is Vivek. Vivek, can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, thank you, Rajbir. Thank you, Namai. Good evening, everyone. I'm Vivek, and currently I'm in my diploma level in electronic systems, bachelor's in electronic systems at IIT Madras. And my interest lies in basically robotics and electronics. So ranging from UAVs to humanoids, which I'm currently working upon. And basically, I like creating things that create some service, or basically they solve some problem in the society. So there are some projects that I'm working upon, and 3D printing. I just recently purchased the 3D printer. I'll share my experiences with you guys throughout the whole batch, and throughout the whole journey of this IITM BS electronic system DIY school connect program. And talking about the paradox, so even before Paradox 25, when we welcomed a huge amount of students for the Robo Soccer event in Paradox 2024, we laid the foundation for all the upcoming Robo Soccer events, and being the backbone of the event, being a core team member, it was really nice. So yeah, I'm passionate about all these things, and I welcome you for the Arduino Uno based bots. I'll be handling the Arduino Uno based microcontrollers. So we'll be having some sessions, the hardware sessions, the coding sessions, and even some sessions in which we'll talk about some further projects that you can have, and all those things. So yeah, this was all about me, and I think handing over the
Yeah,
slides to
and
Aditya.
one minor correction. At least give credit where it's due. I supported you getting a 3D printer.
Definitely. No, I was the no, I was the main man. Like he had a lot of experience in 3D printing, so he was the best guy to talk to. 3D printers.
But
Yeah.
still, you didn't go for the one that I suggested. But yeah, anyway, that's a story for another day.
Yeah. Yeah, Rajbir, I think you can change the slide.
Okay, so
Next
that
slide.
was a
Yeah,
very
maybe we can
nice
move on to the
introduction,
next tier.
Vivek.
Yeah.
And all congratulations on purchasing the 3D printer. I guess anyone if
Thank you,
wants to get
Rajbir.
something 3D printed up for the projects, they can definitely reach out to you.
Yeah, definitely. I'll surely try to help them.
Nice, man. Okay, so moving on to Aditya Rao, who is the TA. So, Aditya, can you please introduce yourself?
Yes, thanks a lot, Rajbir, and thanks to the others as well. So, hi everyone, I am Aditya Rao. I'm the teaching assistant for the Raspberry Pi Pico WH based robots, the most advanced microcontroller in this lineup. So, a bit about me, I'm a DIY enthusiast, and make it happen has always been my motto. Whatever I do, whatever I touch, I do it with one goal to make it happen. So, I am the founder of the successfully organized Paradox Tech event called RoboSoccer that is taking you could say it is going through a metamorphosis right now. It will be revealed soon, of course. I don't want to keep you guys waiting. So yeah, and I was also the host and student mentor for the sequel of the event that we had in 2025 June, called RoboSoccer 3.0. And recently, I just completed a 6 month long internship at Google Gemini. And I also won rupees 7 lakhs at the Google national level funding competition that happened in December this last year, this a couple of weeks back. So I conceptualized and created the design idea along with the full schematics for this DIY program, including the do-it-yourself videos of the robots. And during RoboSoccer 2024, I also conducted the month-long workshop and the entire event, the concept of which was converted by Professor Janki Raman into the DIY program, which is now part of the electronic systems in School Connect. Apart from that, I also designed the robot configurator that you will be going through in a bit. The configurator is, of course, on our ITM DIY website. The link will be shared with you in a while. So, and I also worked on the website. I brought it to its present user-friendly level. And the configurator, I want you guys to go through the configurator because that has been designed keeping in mind you guys. So it's going to be deadly easy. You just go through it and you'll be able to virtually pick up your robot. And so that's a bit about me. I'm Aditya Rao, the course instructor and the TA for Raspberry Pi P2WH-based robots. And a bit about the photo, in case you're wondering, the person beside me in the white T-shirt is tech YouTuber Varun Maya, and he was one of the judges in that Google Gemini competition, the national level competition. So yeah, that's a bit about me. Once again, for the P2WH robots, I'm really glad to see you all in the sessions. Have fun. We can move on to the next slide, Rashmi.
Okay, thank you, Aditya, for the introduction. And let me tell you, this guy just pitched some crazy ideas and solutions to some crazy stuff and problems which keeps happening at our
Oh,
campus.
come on. My inspiration was inside the campus.
Definitely.
Anyways, let's proceed.
Okay, so
Done.
proceeding to the. So now we'll be heading towards the actual part of the session where we TAs will come up with our robots which we are dealing with and explain it and brief you guys about it. So
Before that, a
so we
quick
have
preface before Rajbir continues. So there are 4 bots in total, as he mentioned previously. 3 of them are microcontroller based ones. One of them, which is a simple walking bot, is made from sticks, and it's like a primary version of everything. So if you want to make something on a budget, a very, very much preliminary version of what we're doing here, this is the walkie part that he'll throw a light on. And then if you want to, put some code in, then we have the other 3 versions that we'll get to very shortly. Yeah, Rajbi, please continue.
yeah, definitely. And adding on what Namai said, that definitely we have 4 bots here, and 3 out of them, as he said, are some bots, okay, which are robo cars, okay, and they have some code involved with it. And the robot which I'm dealing with is the simplest one and a very budget-friendly one, which is the simple walking robot. Okay, and we have very simple components which are dealing with it. So definitely, if you want to code and have some code into your bot, then definitely you can proceed with the bots which 3 of other TAs are handling. And if not, if you're a beginner and you're looking for beginner level skills and to build something which is actually good and very budget friendly, then definitely this is the bot which, or this is the project which is the most suited for you. So as you see on your screen, the image here shows a walking robot. Okay, so this is known as a simple walkie robot, and on your screens you can see it. So basically, unlike the other 3 projects which my friend TAs are handling, this robot is not supported by wheels, but rather than wheels, it has some legs attached to it, and we bring out some walking motion out of it. Okay, so as because we are dealing with a walkie robot here, then we are not into wheels and we are building legs of it. So we'll be needing some motors with very less RPM than what is needed for the other projects. So definitely not getting into the technical details. Like, okay, we are having some components here. As you can see on your screen, we have a DC motor here. We have a lithium ion battery. We have a battery holder, and we have some additional components here, which are used for building the legs to support the walkie robot and bring out some motion out of it and walking motion out of it. Okay, so we are using here a BO motor, battery operated motor, and we are using the 18650 lithium ion cell. And okay, so this bot is very lightweighted and very cost effective. Okay, and this is a very beginner level project. It hardly takes 1 or 2 days to build it if you are actually into it and if you put some time into it. So that was it about the introduction on the simple walkie robot. Um, the walkie robot, this is a display of the assembled components. So in this robot, we have some components here which have been assembled, and these components are assembled to bring out a crankshaft motion out of it so that we can convert the rotational energy of the DC motor into a walking motion. So for that, we are using the crankshaft phenomenon, which definitely I'm not gonna get into it right now, dive deep into it, but we'll be dealing with this in the actual lectures once we are done with the introductory session today. So yeah, as of now, crankshaft motion is just a phenomenon which brings out a walking motion out of the rotational motion in the DC motor. So that is all what you need to know now. So moving on to the components of the walkie robot. Firstly, we have the BO motor, which is the battery operated motor. So this is a DC motor, and this motor operates on 7 volts to 12 volts, but in our project, we'll be confining it to 3.7 to 4 volts, and that is the specification of the voltage of the battery, lithium ion batteries, which we are using. And as you know, here in this project, we are dealing with a walkie robot and not the other projects which my friend TAs are handling. So we'll be needing a walking motion rather than a rotational motion. Okay, so that is why we'll be dealing with a comparatively less RPM motor so that we can have a slow and steady walking motion of the robot and not a rolling motion of the projects which my friend TAs are dealing with. So we'll be looking at to some 100 RPM to 300 RPM motors so that the motion of the walkie robot can be steady, okay, which generates a lesser torque. And we are using this DC motor and not a geared motor. So the next component is the 18650 battery. Okay, so this is a lithium ion cell battery. What makes it special is that its longevity and that it can be recharged. Okay, so unlike the use and throw AA batteries, these batteries can actually be recharged and you can use it for n number of times you want. So in this battery, we'll be using the variant of 6.7 volts, which is the operating voltage which we are looking at for our DC motor. And the dimensions of the battery is mentioned on your screens, which you can see is 66 mm. So, okay, so all of these components are available for purchase online. So the links to all of those products are mentioned on our DIY website. So at the end of my presentation, I'll be displaying the link of that DIY website. So you can directly go onto the website and check out for all the components. Okay, so moving on to the next component is the 18650 battery holder. Okay, so we'll be needing a battery holder for a stable electrical connection of the DC motor and a proper electrical supply to the DC motor of the power. So we'll be having this battery holder, and with that we come to the end of the three core components of the walkie robot, which will be required, which will be very essential for the building of the walkie robot. So the walkie robot is basically divided, and all the components which needs to be assembled in the walkie robot is basically broadly divided into three parts. Firstly, we have the core components, we have the secondly we have the additional components, and thirdly we have some tools which are not the components of the walkie robot but play a very essential role in building and assembling the components of the walkie robot. So the three components which I just brief you guys about were the three core components of the walkie robot, which play a very essential role in the functioning of the walkie robot, which firstly was the BO battery operated DC motor, secondly was the 18650 lithium ion cells, which will be operating at 6.7 to 4 volts, and thirdly we have the 18650 battery holder. So these were the three core components, and let me tell you, these components will also be functioning and also serve as the body of the walkie robot. Okay, so this will serve as the frame or the structure of the walkie robot. And other than this, we'll have some additional components which are not the core components, which are directly not involved in the functioning of the walkie robot, but serve as the pivotal role in the functioning of the walkie robot. So now we'll be moving on to the other components. So okay, on your screens you can see all the components
Uh,
being
Rajbir,
spread out.
sorry to interrupt. Maybe we can wrap the other tools very fast because I think we are running out of time and we need to cover other things. So I
Yeah,
think
definitely, definitely, sure.
students might be familiar with other tools, right?
Yeah, sure, surely.
Yeah.
So we have all the components and tools spread out on your screens. So you can see on your screens the three core components of the walkie robot, which is the battery operated DC motor. Then we have the lithium ion cells, and then we have the battery holder. So these are the three core components. And apart from these, we have some additional components which are not directly involved in the functioning of the walkie robot, but also serve a very essential role in the functioning and the walking motion of the walkie robot, which are ice cream sticks and which are some gel pen refills. So these two components, additional components to be more specific, will be crucial for the walking motion of the walkie robot, because we are going to build the legs of the walkie robot out of these. And we also be bringing in the crankshaft motion using the shafts of the DC motor out of these ice cream sticks and gel pen refills. Okay, so in detail, we'll be briefing you guys and into the lectures. But as of now, this is a quick wrap on the introduction of the walkie robot. Also on your screens, you can see a glue gun, which will be very essential for the assembling of all the components. Okay, so next, we have the website here. So on your screens, you can see the IITM DIY website. So if you want any kind of details and some tutorials and also the links to the components for purchase, you can definitely go onto this website and search for all the stuff you need, and you can proceed with your bot. So, okay, looking forward to have some okay, so have some fruitful session with all of you into the lectures. Now I won't take much of your time and I'll hand it over to other friends. So next we have Namai, can you take over from here?
Yeah, certainly. So, hi everyone, I am Namai. I hope I'm visible and audible, right?
Namai, I think your
Namai, your
video is
camera
not.
is
Okay,
off.
well, yeah, one sec. Is it better now?
Yeah, it's better.
Okay, one sec. All right, hi everyone. So I am Namai, and I am your teaching assistant for ESP 8266. Okay, so we've heard a lot about this. Even if you haven't, well, this is a very popular microcontroller. It comes in the classic black PCB, but apart from how it looks, it has 4 MB of flash in it, which makes it pretty versatile for storing code and data. And that actually makes it a very popular tool for IoT applications and in DIY electronics, be it making something static like a bulb converted into smart bulb. You can even link that up with Alexa and all of that. So even after we're done with making the bot, you could hypothetically just remove that microcontroller, attach it with some relay, and also convert your home into a smart home. You can actually link all of your appliances, be it your fan, your lights, with a relay, and then for the signal, you can use this ESP8266 bot, not the bot, I mean the board, with a web server based app, connect everything to your Wi-Fi, and that would actually make for a very nice, very interesting project home automation build as well. So all of that and much more we will touch upon in our sessions that we'll have very soon enough. Can we move on to the next slide, please? Rajbir, could we go to the next slide? Wait, I think he's talking. Am I audible? I hope I am.
Yeah, you are audible.
Yeah,
Rajbir,
Namai,
maybe
just
you
give me
can.
a second.
Yeah, so you can probably go to the next slide. No, that's not how you do it. Just click on the next arrow. No. No, man. Okay.
Rajbir, there'll be small buttons maybe on the bottom left or the bottom right. Okay, so you
Or
can
you
use that
just
for
use your arrow
extend
keys if
previews.
your
Yeah, you can use
keyboard
your
has
arrow
that.
keys also.
Yeah.
In the center, bottom center, maybe.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So
That's it.
perfect. So talking about the wheel orientations or the wheel options that you have, um, you can either choose to make it with regular wheels or you can choose to make it with Mecanum wheels. Both of them are fun. If you're going for that speed, race car, RC car kind of a build, go for regular wheels. It's super fast and the low latency kind of helps you get that nice RC feel. If you want some more maneuverability and some nice looking fancy maneuvers, go with Mecanum wheels, and even that would exaggerate the performance. But yeah, all right. On to the next one. It's, I think, pretty understandable. So okay, Mecanum wheels would allow you relatively, motion in more access, and I think I'll leave it up to Vivek for in order to cover that. But I'll cover regular wheels here because it's like the fastest ones. Typically people build RC cars for speed, and if you're the person, go with regular ones. But if you want something novel and unique, go with Mecanum ones. On to the next one, please. Perfect. So for the motors, we have two motors, either BO motors or geared motors. So what are these two? So the yellow thing is the most common motor. It's for speed. Okay. If you want your bot to go relatively fast, go with these motors. But if you want your bot to carry weight and go relatively slow, which means these motors would have more torque, whereas BO motors would have more RPM. Typically, that's how it goes. So if you want to build a bot for weight carrying applications, although you'll not be able to carry like a person or something, but then relatively, let's say 1 or 2 kgs of load. I don't know why you would want to do that, but still, if you want some torque, go with geared motors. If you want pure joyous speed, go with BO motors. Okay. Rest the topology is pretty much the same. That's all. Yeah. Next one, please. Yeah. So you might want to press the arrow key once again, and that would help. It's the same right arrow key that we pressed.
Yeah, actually, I'm doing that, but
Oh, I see. Okay, cool. Thanks. So there are three options in ESP. You get a lot of options, trust me on that. First is normal wheels. Okay. If you want to port from normal wheels to Mecanum wheels, you can do that very easily with using just one single motor driver. And you can actually switch between normal and Mecanum wheels using the 1 and the 2A option. But then if you want pure Mecanum wheels, you can just use Mecanum wheels with duo motor driver, which would not be very beneficial for normal wheels. So, you won't be able to port to normal wheels that easily. So it's up to you, whatever you decide. I won't influence your choice here, but whatever you want to build, you can with ESP8266 because it's super versatile. Oh yeah, and I completely forgot. The highlight about all of this is that ESP8266 has built-in Wi-Fi, which is very obvious, and because that is what makes it popular for IoT applications. It's the most inexpensive microcontroller out of them all. Okay, uh, it's just 150 rupees or 180. It comes in that price bracket depending on how good of a deal you get, and for context, it's half the price of an Arduino. Again, this is just for context, but it depends on you what you want to do. You still may want to go ahead and choose the Arduino and a Bluetooth thing because Arduino is like a more general purpose microcontroller. In that sense, it has more GPIOs, as a matter of fact, and then you'll also have experience with Bluetooth, which Vivek can cover more in detail. But then you can also choose to go with Pico because that's a bit more advanced. But if you just are concerned with this project, this bot, for context, uh, it's half the price of an Arduino and a Bluetooth setup, and probably I think one fourth Oh, no, I think even cheaper. Yeah, about one-fourth the cost of a Pico W, right? Pico W or
Yeah,
WH.
but you also need to keep in mind the cost to performance ratio, right? So,
That is what I
yeah, I
just
guess
said if you
we'll,
had paid
yeah,
attention. Yeah, but
yeah,
that's
I
all
was
right.
paying attention.
Okay.
All right, thanks. So we'll be covering
Yeah,
that in the PKWH part. So yeah, thanks, Naman.
most welcome, certainly. Next slide, please.
Also, I guess it is a good time to point out that Namai mentioned advanced, but the thing is, it's best for beginners as well. So if you want to get started into MicroPython, then you can certainly make use of the Raspberry Pi Pico WH because that's what we use, MicroPython. So yeah, more on that later. Please carry on,
Yeah,
Namai.
thanks. So it depends if you want to go towards versatility, you have to start with C because if you're just getting started, C is the language that you should master. Python is relatively slower, but granted, a Pico use MicroPython, which is a bit faster when you're talking to low level components. But again, C, you ask anyone out there which is the best language to learn. Well, C is kind of the future, but yeah, that's just for your GK. I mean, everyone who's attending the meet. Uh, I would advise you get started with C and then feel free to, diverge into MicroPython and all. It's pretty interesting learning about all of that. Cool. Okay, so this the Mecanum one looks like. It depends on your imagination on how good you make it. Next slide, please. So this is how the wheels would look like. Okay, why does a four-wheel Mecanum robot need two dual motor drivers? Okay, well that's because um in a mecanum wheeled robot, when it has to maneuver in a certain orientation, it would need all of the four wheels spinning in different directions, okay, independent of each other. Whereas one motor driver is just capable of giving two output signals. So we can actually go ahead, reproduce that signal, and hook two motors on each side and get four motors working for a single motor driver mecanum bot or a normal wheel bot. But then the moment you're into a four-wheel mecanum with full functionality, you would need two motor drivers, and well, that's the simple math. Uh, yeah, all right. Next slide, please. Yeah, price breakdown, battery holder, all of that. You add that, and this is just a bit more than the cost of one Pico board. Uh,
I
there
guess
are
you forgot
some
to
other
add the battery
tools.
charger price as well. Yeah,
Yes,
anyways,
that.
that doesn't matter.
Yeah. Correction. So there are other tools as well for that matter, like a glue gun and all of that. But this is just like a general overview, for that. All right. Moving on to the next slide. Yeah, questions. Feel free to ask any questions, and then we can go ahead.
Like what we can do is we can come wrap up all our briefing on the
Yeah,
robot
Yeah,
let's
yeah. I
let's
think
come to the
I
questions
agree
at
with
the
that.
end so that we'll get the
Yes.
entire bunch together. Yeah, that makes sense.
Hmm.
that works.
Sure.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so my friend Vivek will take up from now.
Yeah. So thank you, Namai. Thank you, Rajbir, for introduction to your respective bots. And so now we can talk about Arduino based Bluetooth bot. Okay. So as you all might have heard about Arduino, right? It's the most it's the most you can say most famous microcontroller that everyone uses for IoTs. And whenever any student or anyone who steps into this field, he first work on that Arduino itself. Okay. So this Arduino is really basic. It's pretty old as well, but if you want to learn the fundamentals, if you want to make your basics strong, for example, this Arduino Uno is not having built-in Wi-Fi or Bluetooth functionalities. But if you want to get your hands dirty on how to integrate a Bluetooth module with the Arduino Uno board using the code, using the even the hardware itself, then maybe you can choose Arduino Uno. So yeah, at the end, it's your choice on what microcontroller to be chosen. And so yeah, it's very simple, sober, and very reliable microcontroller. So we will be using an HC05 Bluetooth module for the wireless communication between our mobile Android smartphone and the bot. Okay, and we'll also use one L298 motor driver to manage the motor directions and speeds. So we'll just combine these three components: the motor
So
driver,
sorry.
Arduino
So
Uno.
sorry to interrupt, but I do see one important question in the chat. So, if you're wondering where to buy these components, then please take a look at the message above the sites.google.com website. So that's the official website where you go through the configurator, and at the end you'll get a list of all the links that you need. Okay. So alternatively, you can also explore the offline store locator from where you can purchase components from a physical store, right, in your city. So yeah, just wanted to address that, and yeah, please keep that in mind. You can go ahead with it.
Okay, so we'll just combine these components: the L298 motor driver, the HC05 Bluetooth module, and the Arduino Uno board, along with the motors and the wheels, to build a successfully moving bot, which you can control using your Android smartphone. Okay, maybe you can proceed to next slide, Rajveer. Yeah, so this is the image of the final bot that you'll also see in the lecture. So we will learn how to do the hardware part, the coding part, the debugging part, and all. And the application that you can see in the left bottom side on an Android smartphone, this will be the application that you'll be using to control the bot. Okay. So yeah, next slide, Rajveer. Okay, so in the like not only Arduino, not only ESP, in all the microcontrollers that we'll be having here, we'll be having two variants. One is with the normal wheels, one is with the mecanum wheels. Okay, so, and even in that also, you have two more choices: one with the single motor driver board and one with the dual motor driver board. If you want the full functionality mecanum wheel board, then you have to definitely use the two motor drivers. Or if you are using Arduino Uno board, then you can just use the Arduino Uno motor driver shield that you can see here in this image. So this is the motor driver shield that controls each motor independently, and that is what we need to build a successfully moving uh, mecanum wheel bot. Okay, so yeah, here this is the mecanum wheel bot. We'll have a separate videos all for all those students. The video will not be available on the portal. On the portal, you will only see the mecanum wheel variant for Pico. If you need to build it for ESP or Arduino, then the interested students can just tell us in the respective WhatsApp groups, and we'll share the video, the code, and even some live sessions on demand with you guys. So yeah, mecanum wheels are just awesome. They work in omnidirectional movements, and movements such as sliding and even left, right, forward, diagonal, and many more. We'll just talk about in the further sessions. So this was just an overview. So there is one question: which wheel is better? Actually, it completely depends on your usage. Okay, so for what purpose are you building the bot? So, and if you just want to learn, then also you can go with anything. So it's the purpose of behind it. So it's completely upon you. Okay, next slide, please, Rajveer. Okay, so these are the movements, the full flex functionalities, the movements which can be achieved through the two motor drivers: the forward, backward, left, and right, forward, right, and forward, left, backward, right, and backward, left. These and even turning right, turning left, and curved trajectory and lateral arcs. These are the full flex functionalities of fully functional mecanum wheel bot, and this can be only achieved by two motor drivers. Yeah. Next slide, Rajveer. Okay, so I think Namai also covered this part. So why do we need two motor drivers to build a fully functional mecanum wheel bot? So first point is the independent control. In order to build a mecanum wheel bot, you need independent control on each wheel, on each motor. So that's why we need two motor drivers. One motor driver controls two motors, and similarly, so this is the simple math that two drivers needed for four motors. Okay, so yeah, the result is you unlock true omnidirectional movement, just shown in the previous slide. So that is really great. Okay, next slide, Rajvi. Okay, so the application that you saw in the previous slide for the normal wheel bot was something else, and the application for controlling the Mecanum wheel based board is something else. So this is a different application, that different APK that you will be using for controlling the Mecanum wheel board. So this is a custom built APK, and even we have improved it in this batch. You will get a whole new experience of a completely new APK for ESP and for Arduino Uno based bot as well. So yeah, we'll talk about that in the further session. This was just an overview. Next slide. Okay, so nowadays you can find this Arduino EK R4 Minima board as well. So next slide, please, Rajbir. So here's the information about uh, Arduino Uno R4 EK. Okay, so this is a bit more advanced, you can say, microcontroller than the general Arduino Uno. It's a 32-bit Renesas RA4M1 microcontroller, and it runs at 48 megahertz clock frequency. And it has 32 KB of RAM and 256 KB of flash memory. Very less than the ESP or Pico, but yeah, comparatively more than the normal Arduino Uno board that we get. And it also all the other logic is the same, like the 5-volt logic. All the other Arduino Uno shields are compatible with it. Its peripherals are really advanced, a bit improved, you can say. And even this R4 Wi-Fi version is also available if you need the uh, inbuilt Wi-Fi capabilities. It has the ESP32S3 chips inbuilt, so that is a bit more costlier, but so it completely depends on your budget and your choice if you want to go for it or not. So next slide, Rajbir. Yeah, so I think we are done with Arduino, right? Maybe we can take the questions at the end.
Also, Rajbir,
Rajbir,
could you please check if the questions are enabled because I was expecting a few questions by this time, just like last time. So could you just check that? I guess people aren't able to put up their questions.
Okay.
Rajbir, just check if any more slides are available for Arduino or not.
Most slides for Arduino Uno.
Yeah. So we have one question, Arduino Uno R3. Yeah, we are talking about Arduino Uno R3 as well.
Okay, it's enabled. Fine. Yep. Thanks.
Rajbir, just can you check if there are any other slides there for Arduino Uno? Maybe we can take the questions at the end so we can move forward with the Pico thing, right?
That was it for Arduino Uno.
Yeah, definitely. So this was all about Arduino Uno, guys. Maybe so it completely depends on you guys, on your usage, on the purpose of you building the bot. So yeah, that was all about Arduino. Handing over to Aditya now.
All right. Thanks a lot, Vivek, and thanks a lot, Rajbir, for the presentation. All right. So we made sure we save the best for the last, as I say in all sessions. But anyway, so this is the Raspberry Pi Pico WH, the most advanced microcontroller in this lineup of IITM DIY. So this microcontroller has a dual-core ARM Cortex M0 Plus processor, and the clock speed at which this runs is 133 megahertz. Also, if you talk about value proposition, there were a few comments about this being expensive, but it totally depends on your use case, right? If you want to, if your budget is open, and if you want to buy a Lamborghini or a cycle, you obviously are going to go for the Lamborghini, right? So this happens to be also popular board patches of IITMD. I would
Is it just my network? I think he's done.
No, I think his network is an issue.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
guess
yeah.
so.
Or maybe someone else can cover the slide shift. Yeah, that's
No,
super cool.
I guess we can wait for some couple of
Yeah, we
minutes.
should
We can get
we
back.
can wait for some time.
Yeah, I think all right. In any case, um, while he's joining back, maybe we can take up. No, I think we don't have any questions at the moment. So yeah, I think we can get back to Pico now. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess he's back. Aditya, can you check with your mic? You're not audible.
One second.
Okay, am I audible now?
Yeah, you are.
All right, sorry about that. I said the anyway. So, where was I? Can you say where I was, Rajveer, before I got disconnected?
Yeah, you were describing the microcontroller.
Okay, so I don't know till where I spoke, but anyway, I was talking about the value proposition, I guess. So, if you want to talk about value, then this happens to be the most value for money microcontroller. But anyway, I'm not a salesman or anything. I'm just putting facts straight. That's all. It is up to you guys to make an informed decision. And I'll just leave you with this bit that the Raspberry Pi Pico WH has been the most popular microcontroller choice across all batches of ITM DIY. So, with that information, once again, the choice is totally up to you. You can go for the walkie, you can go for the other. Out of the three microcontroller choices, you can choose any one. The choice is yours. Okay. Also, this has 264 kilobytes of SRAM and 2 MB of onboard flash memory. And the most important aspect of this microcontroller, it has both Wi-Fi as well as Bluetooth for wireless communication and control. Now, in our case, for the robot, we will be using Wi-Fi. And the best part is you'll be using your own personal mobile smartphone to control this robot. That's the best part about this. Also, yeah, can we move to the next slide, please, Rakesh? Perfect. Thank you so much. Also, for the Raspberry Pi Pico WH-based robots, we have kept things simple. Okay, we have given you two choices, and you're free to choose from any of the two choices. So the first choice is a regular wheels robot out of the Raspberry Pi Pico WH, and the second choice happens to be a Mecanum wheels robot, again based on the Raspberry Pi Pico WH. Now you'll notice that both of these robots have two motor drivers. The best part is if you're choosing to build your robot with regular wheels, you can choose to build it with two motor drivers and then simply purchase the wheels later and then just retrofit those wheels into your robot. That is how simple it is. So don't worry if you didn't understand what I just said. We will certainly be, I mean, I will certainly be taking you guys in the flow in the live sessions after you choose, make your selection. But yeah, so you have two choices, one for the regular wheels and of course for the Mecanum wheels for which you mandatorily need two motor drivers only and only to achieve the full functionality of your robot or else you'll just end up wasting your money if you use just a single motor driver. So in that case, to achieve the entire functionality of all sorts of movements, you have to use two motor drivers, and these are L298N motor drivers. Okay, so you can see how they look. They have that sharpener kind of thing. That's how I identify that. Sharpener kind of thing is actually the heat sink, and it comes with a red PCB. So that's how you identify that. So yeah, Rajvi, let's move to the next slide. Awesome. So now that brings me to the most awaited event. Even this year, I get a lot of DMs from my batchmates at IIT Madras. So RoboSoccer 3.0. We organized this event. Me and Rajbir was also there. Rajbir, you was there too. So in June 2025, we organized this event, which was extremely popular. You see, this was the venue in which we organized. It was completely packed at almost the entire day, and we also had to do crowd management so that there is no, people pushing each other and all. So it was a very popular event. People came from multiple departments and all, even professors, of course. Janki Raman sir was our mentor for this event, and he's also my personal mentor because he has been supporting me constantly ever since I joined this program. So, Janki Raman sir also brought in a couple of other professors from other departments just for them to see this. And the best part is all of these robots were made using microcontrollers, just like this one. And of course, we also had a couple of RF-based robots, but that's a totally different lineup if you want to explore that. So this is what RoboSoccer was. Um, yeah, I'll get to that. So this is what RoboSoccer was. We will also have the fifth edition. We just wrapped up the fourth edition a couple of days ago. Again, with the help of Rajbir, of course. And the fifth edition will happen on campus in June 2026. And that's where we'll be doing the exact thing that you see in this image all over again. Perfect. Let's move to the next slide, please. Which Raspberry Pi module used to make wireless Android? Okay. For the Raspberry Pi Pico WH, this is the best thing actually. This is the microcontroller where you don't need any external module, right? It has inbuilt Wi-Fi, and using the code, you will be able to control it using a mobile phone. Okay, so no external module is required. Is it compulsory to build a car? Not compulsory, but we recommend you do because you will be getting that extra certificate, and you should do it for the experience. Raspberry Pi 3 is worked more efficiently because, the higher up you go in the lineup of Raspberry Pi, of course, the more price you pay. But yeah, you are correct because those are really powerful boards. I mean, the Zero W itself is so powerful that it can run an entire operating system, right? So for this purpose, the Raspberry Pi Pico WH is more than enough. Actually, it is more. It has a lot more resources as well. Part of which we'll be using for live camera, live streaming robots. Okay, so based on the same concept, we had live streaming robots as well at the same event, RoboSoccer 3, on campus, right? So you can see a professor on the left, you can see Professor Nitin, and that's me beside him. And you also have Professor Janakiraman, who's wearing the VR headsets and controlling the robot on the arena. So the best part is the professor wasn't directly looking at the robot, but he was looking at the feed of the camera that was mounted on the robot. And that's how he was controlling it using first person view. And that's the core concept. Apart from that, you can see multiple other snapshots and a couple of moments from the RoboSoccer event. That was one of the most popular technical events this year. I mean, previous year, 2025. And it will certainly be one of the most popular events in 2026 as well, I can assure you. All right, perfect. Let's move to the next slide.
I guess the winner of RoboSoccer, his bot is visible on our screen right now.
Yes. Thank you so much for pointing that out. I totally forgot. So on the top left, on the top right and on the top center, you can see that bot, right? So that bot actually belongs to Biplab, who was the winner for this event. Okay, and he also won RoboSoccer 4, and that's a really great thing. But yeah, so that's the winner's robot. If you want, you can take a screenshot and try to get some inspiration for that. I'll leave you to it. But yeah, the choice is yours. Anyway, let's move to the next slide. Perfect. Now, this was one of the most important slides. Part of this RoboSoccer event, of course, goes to my team. Of course, I have with Rajbir, Sivaraman, and Shruti, along with Amrita and myself. Of course, I wasn't directly involved this time because I was the deputy secretary, but I was definitely invited as a host of this event and as a mentor, as a student mentor. So that was the best part about doing this. And of course, we have Professor Janakiraman and Professor Nitin, along with the entire team and the Paradox Technicals team. So the technical events department is under whom we conduct this event. And the best part is technical events department is going to go through a lot of changes this time. Anyway, that's another story, but I hope you enjoyed this little sneak peek into what originally gave birth to this program, this concept of teaching you guys how to build your robots. So yeah, we can move to the next slide, Rajvi. I guess, this is another important slide, as I always say. Okay, all slides are important, don't mind that. But yeah, so two motor drivers this concept is important. Okay, so listen to this. Two motor drivers are critical for you to build your robot with Mecanum wheels, only to ensure that it is completely functional, fully functional Mecanum wheel based robots. So the reason behind this, I already said, you need to have all-wheel drive. And Mecanum wheels, you need to have all-wheel drive to achieve full functionality with all the maneuvers on offer, right? And the other reasons, the concept and the principles behind how these work, I'll certainly cover it in the live sessions when you guys join, and I'll explain it to them. All right, perfect. Let's go to the next one. Excellent. So this is the official IITM DIY website. It is the multilingual website. So if you're comfortable in any other language other than English, we have multiple language choices on offer. So please feel free to go through this website, explore everything that you see on the screen, open it, go through the configurator, spec up your robot. That's the best part of the configurator, right? So when I was designing it, I wanted to ensure that the students, whenever they use the configurator, they are supposed to go through the entire process of virtually building their robot, right? And after they virtually configure and spec up their robot, they get an entire list of links from where they can purchase. Okay, online links to verified sources, like e-commerce platforms, etc. But yeah, as I said earlier, you guys are also free to You guys are also free to explore offline stores in your city. All right, let's go to the next one. So, as I said, fully functional Mecanum robots is what we will be building with the Raspberry Pi Pico WH. And the Mecanum Wheels robot is fully functional if it can perform all of these maneuvers, including but not limited to these maneuvers that you can see on the screen. So, these are the maneuvers that cannot be achieved if you're using just a single motor driver. So, that's an important thing to keep in mind. Yeah, let's go to the next slide. This brings me to the actual backbone and foundation of this robot. So the GitHub code is what is the foundation to the robot. So I put all my code on GitHub. So if you're wondering what GitHub is, think of it as Google Drive, right? On Google Drive, you share your photos, you store your videos and all that stuff. So GitHub is a place like that only and only for your code, for your programs, right? So this is the link, github.com/my name, IITM, Aditya Rao-IITM, and RoboSoccer 3.0. So this is the place where you'll be getting the entire GitHub code with all the documentation for your Raspberry Pi Pico WH based robot. So I'd suggest you stay tuned for being added into the WhatsApp groups where we'll take it ahead, okay, in the coming live sessions as well. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Yeah, let's go to the next slide. Please explain how to make an AI chatbot. Okay, for that you'll have to join the session. I'll certainly take that up in the conclusion part. In the Pico session. Okay, anyway. Now, another important, interesting part is the addition of the magic button. So this is quite new, I would say, because this magic button didn't exist a couple of months back. This is a new addition that I did. And believe it or not, this was actually based, remotely based on one recommendation that a student like you, part of the School Connect program in electronic systems, put up to me during a general conversation in our live session, okay, in the PicoWH live session. So this is the latest feature, and let's switch to the next slide where we'll see how what actually happens. So this button allows you to remotely control your robot with customizable maneuvers. So with just a single tap of this button, you're able to maneuver your robot into amazing customizable motions. Yeah, it'll be it complex sequences or even simple movements, unique movements that is customized to your robot itself. And all of this happens on the Raspberry Pi Pico WH, and it happens with just a single tap of the magic button that you can see on your screen. Right now, the user interface will of course be a bit better and a bit new for you guys. You will get to experience that when you actually download the code into your robot. So all of this happens with just a single tap of the button instantly and effortlessly. So that is something that I really look forward to teach you guys. Awesome. Let's go to the next slide. Right, so this is the user interface for the Raspberry Pi Pico WH based robots with the magic button. Of course, your interface will be a bit different because that's the one that I want to discuss in the next slide. So yeah, let's go to the next one. All right, can we play this video, Rajveer? Right. So this video is actually a live demonstration of the magic button. So you notice that as soon as I tap, just a single tap of the magic button, the robot is able to do that amazing maneuver without me actually doing any sort of control on my mobile phone. Right, so all of that happened with just a single tap. And that's why I wanted to show you a live demo. All right, let's go to the next slide, Rajveer. Okay, dark theme is also there for all of you dark theme lovers out there, including myself. So you will get it as a _dark or something on the GitHub where you'll get access to it. Yeah, let's go to the next one. All right, this is the new addition for the Pico WH based regular wheels. So the people who are building a regular wheels robot, don't worry, I have got you covered as well. So when you build your robot, you will, of course, you also will be able to use the magic button and all of its functionalities with your regular wheels robot. So if it's a regular wheels robot, you can code it to do literally anything. For example, go forwards, take a right, go forwards again, take a right again, and then do that square sort of pattern as you saw, something similar in the video, right? So you won't feel left out. I have taken care of that. All right, let's go to the next one. Now, the most latest edition is, of course, demo video won't be necessary at this point because you guys are pretty clear as to how all of this works. I'm confident that you guys are more than capable to understand what's going on. But yeah, the most interesting addition is a themed control panel for the magic buttons. And as I was saying, the improved user interface for the magic buttons, this is what I was talking about. So these are the magic buttons, and you'll see the background. I've set it to the Formula One movie theme, the movie poster. But you can customize it to absolutely anything you want. You just need to download that image, save it in your gallery, and then you see this small button on the top center, right? Choose theme. You just click that and select the image, and boom, your control panel is fully customized. That's the best part about this. So yeah, customizable control panels are also an option. And I do see people really interested by the reactions. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, I guess these are the questions. So is there anything after this, Rajvi? Could you just check that? Is there something after the slide? Okay, just go to the previous one. This is the interactive question. No worries. Yeah, let's go to the previous slide. We'll come to the questions, the interactive questions in a bit. Okay, so I do remember seeing a few questions in the chat. Someone wanted to make an AI module. Well, there is a another interesting thing. You will be added to the WhatsApp group, so stay tuned for that. We have a totally different dedicated group for these kind of discussions called off-topic discussions robotics. So you'll find many other students, especially your seniors, students from the previous batches, constantly engaged in discussions related to such ideas, such amazing ideas. So yeah, if you have that idea and if you want to make it happen, that is the place. Right, perfect. Let's go to the next slide, Rajvi. Why aren't we making bodies of the bots? Okay, the choice is yours. Currently, we do give the option of just using a chassis, but if you want to make a body using a 3D printed design or even cardboard, then you're absolutely free to do that. You can explore your options. But yeah, doing a body is also, it serves a rather interesting functionality. Like if you're operating your robot in an external environment,
In fact,
you don't want
as
dust
a
or
matter of
rain getting into
fact,
your
for
robot.
ESP-based bots, we do encourage the production of a body, and then I would make sure to guide you through the step-by-step procedure of how you can build it. So yeah, if you're interested in that kind of
Awesome.
build, then yeah, that's for you.
Awesome. Yeah, let's go to the next one. I see questions are piling up, Rajveer. So let's go through them one by one. Just click on that button in the center, right? The Q&A section in the previous slide.
Want me to go to the previous slide?
Yeah, previous slide, it was like a row of questions. So you just need to press that down button. I'll show it to you. Just go to the previous slide. So yeah, guys, please make sure to use this Q&A as much as you can, because this is the only time that you're going to be getting all 4 of us TAs together in one session. After this, it's going to be an individual session. But yeah, don't worry, you will definitely be getting a chance to interact with us and ask your questions. But yeah, don't miss this opportunity. Whatever doubt you have related to absolutely anything, feel free to type it out and paste it here so that we will, we can take care of your queries. Aditya sir, is it your office? No, this is actually the Center for Innovation at IIT Madras. Okay, so this is actually Nirman, right, where all the startups have been given a workspace. So my startup got accepted just recently, and that is where I am currently for this session. Okay, how many times? Okay, good retention, I would say, because I just mentioned it in one line at the starting of the session. So if you want to know what I'm going to do with the 7 lakhs, then well, robotics it is. And yeah, robotics, things related to robotics, building something new and making sure that it serves the right purpose. That's what you could say I'll be doing with that. But yeah, I will definitely, people from the previous batches, of course, they have been constantly updated as to what the entire process was. Of course, since the start of the competition, I've been updating everyone in the off-topic group. So yeah, they are already aware as to what I am doing currently. But yeah, as soon as Rajveer adds you all to the WhatsApp groups, make sure that you are added. You send an invite request or just enter that off-topics discussion group. That's where the most interesting conversations happen. So make sure to not miss that. All right, let's go to the next question, Rajvi. Let's not keep this in the screen. Okay, why is it all my questions? Aditya sir, you're an F1 fan. Did I take an example of Formula One when I was explaining my slide? I can't remember. But anyway, yeah, I am an F1 fan. And yeah, I do support McLaren, if that's what you want to know. But yeah, anyway, let's keep the discussion for robotics. Okay, let's go to the next one. Which wheel is better for robot car? Well, yeah, as it was discussed earlier, it totally depends on your requirement, on your. I would say go for the Mecanon wheels because isn't it cool? You can show it off to your friends in school and all that, while it does all that tricky maneuvers. Okay, so in the coming session, I will be showing you a live demonstration as to how the Mecanon wheel robot works. So if you want, you can go for that. That's what I'd recommend. But if you can also stick with regular wheels because that is the most basic setup to have with a single motor driver, of course. Yeah, let's go to the next one. The link the link for the breadbox board and the jumper wires are not given. Can be shared. Yeah, we will be sharing them. You will be added to the group in a bit. Make sure to stay tuned for that. So after you're added into the group, all the links will be shared almost twice daily. Okay, so that you don't miss it out. So we will be sharing them. Don't worry at all. Yeah, let's go to the next question. What is okay. Let's stick to robotics, guys. But yeah, my startup. Okay, my startup is also robotics. So yeah, in this place they have given me a workspace where I can work on my startup along with a lot of other people as well. So startup is robotics, chip design mainly, designing a made in India chip, a custom design chips. I would say we are 50% there with the design and getting the fabrication done and all that. But yeah, currently we are waiting for the chip fabs and Dholera to open up. That's a bit about that. Okay. Interesting question number though. Yeah, let's go to the next one. How to make a dancing robot? Okay, Rajveer, would you like to take this question? Because I believe the walkie does in fact mimic something related to this.
Well, dancing robot. So that's something very peculiar. But okay, like we can build a humanoid robot and that can perform movements like dancing and stuff other than walking. So right now we are more focused on walking
Yeah.
motion. So
Yeah.
definitely,
First
for
you
more
learn to walk,
advanced
then you
versions
learn
of
to
the
run,
robot,
and then you
we'll be
learn to
looking
dance.
into other motions like dancing. Definitely taken that as a
Yeah.
solution.
Perfect. Yeah. So if you are interested, I would suggest you take a look at. I guess the robot's name is Spot. Okay, Spot is a robot dog. They also have a humanoid robot from Boston Dynamics. So just take a look at that. Okay, they, as you mentioned, they actually do have a dancing robot. It's a video on the YouTube channel. So if you're interested, you can check that out. All right, let's go to the next one. Okay, let's skip this. We just took it. Which, okay, I guess I took all these questions, right? The number is 8 out of 11. So let's go to the 10th one. Let's go to the 11th one. When can we join the WhatsApp group? Okay, so Rajbir will be given the list. Okay, so we have this internal process where we receive the list of all the students who are interested in this and who are already a part of electronic systems. So yeah, Rajbir will add you guys to the group.
As soon as possible, you guys
also,
will be added to the WhatsApp group where we can have some productive discussions about the robots and you can
Yeah.
get all your doubts clarified by us.
Exactly. And I'll say this once again, do not miss out on this WhatsApp community because this is the only place where a lot of interesting tech discussions take place. Okay, not just about these robots, but about literally everything. Okay, sky is the limit, you could say, but if you ask me, even sky isn't the limit. So make sure you join this WhatsApp group. Okay, that's a lot of promotion for this WhatsApp group, but yeah, don't miss out. Okay, this is where the communication takes place. All right,
So we
let's go
have
to
a
the next one.
off-topic group and we are open
Yeah.
for any type of discussions there.
Yeah, related to robotics and tech.
Yeah.
Okay, these are a few repeats. We can join another course after the electronic systems course. Yeah, you actually can. That's a good point you brought up. Actually, we do have multiple students who, after completed this electronic systems course. After they were done with it, they actually joined aerospace or they joined data science. So you definitely can do this, but it is at the discretion of your school, right? Because this program, after all, it is a school connect program. So just ask your teacher or ask your school representative, whoever that person is, just inform them that you're interested for the for the next batch as well. And yeah, it will be done. But we don't restrict you guys. If you're interested to learn, you're absolutely free and you're absolutely welcome to do it. Yeah, let's go to the next one. How we make a RC robot? Well, that's what you will learn when you join the live sessions. Okay, the coming live sessions. I guess we do have a live session planned for next week, if I'm not wrong. Or probably it'll always be Saturday, 6 p.m. onwards. Okay, that is the best part, and it will be alternating. So you'll have one theory live session this Saturday, let's say, and on the next Saturday you'll have a session with us, a live session for robotics. And that's where we'll teach you. Okay, so if that's your doubt as to how you want to make an RC robot, this is the live session that I was talking about. All right, I guess those were the end of the questions. I see just 13 out of 13. Okay, 14. Can we use light or weapon in a robot? Okay, an interesting question, I would say, after a really long time. This guy wants to use, guy or girl, I don't know, wants to use a weapon in their robot. So I would suggest you consider, there are a lot of options, but I don't know if I will be able to say that out right here. But I would just say that you can explore it on YouTube. There is an entire channel called Hacksmith Industries. So you can check that out and you can take some inspiration. And if you want to learn how to do it, then the best part is you will be able to do it by just tweaking the code that we teach you to put in the Raspberry Pi Pico WH, right? That's all I'll say. But in the initial phase, see, this kind of interest is good. I'm not denying it. But in the initial phase, at least for some bit, try to keep a more constructive approach. Okay, but yeah, this is interesting. I do believe that there will be a use for this in the future. Anyway, let's go to the next one. How did we get jumped back to 10 out of 15? I guess all of these questions were taken, right? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Let's just skip. I want to make live camera robot. Can you help? Oh yeah, definitely. I showed you that RoboSoccer GitHub repository, right? So you will find one live streaming camera robot a folder in that same thing. And that's where, actually, that was the one that we used for the live camera robots during RoboSoccer as well. So if you're interested, you can check that out. And make sure to join the WhatsApp groups. I will be able to guide you really well through the groups. Okay, what's the time? 6:30. Okay, I guess we have 30 more minutes. Let's see if there are more questions. Okay, for now, let's go to the next slide. Or do we wait? What do you say?
I guess like questions open to others also, like the other bots, ESP and Arduino. Other questions enabled.
Yeah. They are enabled. So I guess all Q&A sections are the same in this same presentation. There is no differentiated section for that. So all the Q&A are linked. So if you I do encourage you guys to ask questions about all other microcontrollers as well. Don't leave them out.
You can ask questions
Whatever it is,
about the
use
ESP
this.
and the Arduino
Yeah.
also, and we have the other TAs, Vivek and
Yeah,
they can
the Walkie
also
also.
answer them.
Yeah, we have Walkie also that is
We have
handled by
Walkie
Rajbir. Yes. So if you want a humanoid walking robot, that is the closest that you'll get.
Interesting question.
Okay. Interesting question. Okay. How do I answer this? It was not a package. Okay. I didn't, this is not a package. It was a cash prize. So it was a funding competition that Google Gemini organized. So their core idea was to organize a competition where people use Gemini to brainstorm ideas and then create a synchronized workflow or an idea flow and then pitch it to the judges. Okay. So that was one competition. I came All India ranked 4, and my cash prize was 7 lakh rupees. Actually, it was 10 lakh, but I keep saying 7 lakhs because, of course, 30% goes to the government for taxes. But no worries, they, of course, do a lot of good things for us. But it's not a package. If you don't mistake it for a package, it was just a cash prize. Yeah, Rajveer, let's just go to the next slide. Okay, that's another question. Can the walkie do somersaults? Rajbir, please go ahead.
Not actually as of now, because the pause project we are concerned with right now, we are enabling crankshaft motion in it, so that will allow only the motion of walking as of now. But somersault is something like new, and really looking forward to have it. What do you say, Aditya? Should we?
Yeah, I guess. Well, it's up to you, of course, Rajbir. You're the boss.
Yeah.
If you want to come up with something interesting that these guys will,
Yeah, we can
you
definitely
know,
come up with some new
yeah,
motions.
really have fun.
That
Exactly,
would be a
exactly.
fun
That'll be really
experience.
amazing. I feel.
Same questions.
Okay, let me just see. Uh, can I learn more about open house? Oh, okay. Thanks a lot for reminding. So I'll come back to this, but about open house, I do have a really interesting thing to share with you guys. So yeah, before that, I have a question. Can we make robot car or but yeah, the choice is yours, basically. Okay, you can choose to make a walkie or you can choose to make a microcontroller based robot. So yeah, Rajvi, could you just give me screen sharing for just 5 minutes? I have something
We just
interesting to
wrap up the questions first,
share
right?
with all these guys.
I guess we should wrap up the questions. I guess
Okay.
we should ask the other TAs to also take up some questions. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
sure. But I don't see them. I don't see them in
Is
the
it Namaya in
I see
the?
them. Okay, about open house, not got gate passes. Well, the best part about open house is okay, Rajveer. I do think it is high time that we reveal it to the students. Okay, so let me just. Yep, perfect. All right, so I do hope my screen is visible. So, IIT Madras Open House is a collaborative place where not just we guys, not just us, but people from a lot of different departments, a lot of different domains in tech, out of tech, they come together and they have these stalls where they basically demonstrate their creations. So that is one separate, we have multiple stalls, right? As I said. So that is one interesting thing that happens every year in Jan. The open house for this year, we just wrapped up in Jan a couple of weeks ago. So if you are interested, then just pay attention to the next step. I hope I'm still audible, right, Rajbir?
Yeah, you are.
Okay, perfect. All right, so these are the exhibits made by the School Connect students. Okay, your seniors, students from the previous batches, they made these exhibits. They made these projects. You can see a robot. You can see a four-wheel robot with mechanical wheels. You can also see a robot that is something like TARS from the movie Interstellar. There is also a self-balancing robot. All of these stuff. And the best part is all of this was made by students from the School Connect program itself. Students like you, students who were in your position just a couple of months back, who were just new to the program, who were finding out what they want to build, who were figuring out how things work. So that's the best part. And under the guidance and mentorship of Professor Janagiraman, we did call in a couple of highly well-designed and well-presented robots that the students had made and submitted, and they were called to the campus at IT Madras. They were officially invited to present their robots at the open house during Shastra. So this is an exciting opportunity because of which I want all of you guys to build your own robots so that you stand a chance to come here and showcase your robots to the professors of multiple departments, to the entire audience as well. So we have visitors that come from industries, we have people from defense, all that sort of stuff. So you can use it as a place to make new connections also. So along with robot cars, we also had an FPV drone that was made by one of the School Connect students from Electronic Systems. So this is a drone that he had 3D printed. Most of the frame was 3D printed, and it had a small camera mounted on top. And that's how he just relayed the feed from the camera back into his headsets where he had kept his mobile phone. And on the left, you can see we have the entire team that presented, the team of students from the Electronic Systems School Connect program who presented, along with our main person, Professor Janki Raman Veeraraghavan, who of course has been instrumental in making all of this happen. So that was a bit about that. So along with that, we also had multiple 3D printed working projects that you know that the students themselves have had made. So on the right, you can see a tiny miniature desktop tank, as Harshit like to call it, a desktop tank that he had completely 3D printed. Okay, even the tracks, even the chain was 3D printed, and it was controlled using an RC remote control panel, a remote controller. So these were the projects that were made, not just limited to robotics, but not just limited to the robots that we teach, but also anything that you made yourself. So we had Professor Jan Kraman along with our TA for the Walkie project, Mr. Rajbir. So it was an honor that we got to meet the professor, and the professor was also there. He met with the School Connect students, met with the parents, and all that. So it was overall a really interesting experience and an amazing opportunity for all the students to network and showcase their skills in front of a real world audience. And that is why I want you guys to be a part of this, right? Enter the exciting world of electronics. It is well known that IT Madras is, in fact, a hub for innovation. And by participating in this robot building program from the School Connect Electronic Systems part, you are taking your first step into this world class ecosystem. So make sure to keep this in mind and carry on with building your robots. So that was a small sneak peek into what Open House was. Overall, TLDR, it was an exciting opportunity for students who built the best robots, presented it really well, and then submitted it, got an invite into the IT Madras campus to demonstrate it in front of a huge audience at the official IT Madras stall. And that is what. So the opportunity is still open for you guys out there, currently just enrolled into this program. So yeah, I guess that was the end of my presentation. But Rajveer, I do believe we have a few more interactive questions.
Yeah, actually. Namai, would you like to take some questions?
Share the screen, it will be better. I guess there are a few interactive questions also. Okay, the number has bounced to 21. All right. Can you just take a look at what kind of questions are there?
Yeah, definitely.
Can we increase the range of controlling the robot? Yeah, you technically can. It totally depends on how
Yeah,
strong your
it actually
Wi-Fi
depends on
connection is. But
how
if
good your
you,
Wi-Fi strength is, and also
yeah,
which
apart
microcontroller
from
you're
that,
using and
yeah.
which band it is based off of.
Mhm.
So generally it's fixed, but it depends if you want to use. You can also use a Wi-Fi extender and get it uh, go a further
Mhm.
distance.
Apart from that, if you want an even further range, then you can consider using RF also. That is what the people who fly drones and do aero modeling, that's what they use, radio frequency. Right? So, in the on a good day, you get a range up to 5 kilometers in a regular low budget transmitter receiver module. So yeah, 5 kilometers is something that you can say if you want that kind of range. Yeah, let's go to the next one. Interesting questions, don't you say? Which wheel is okay? I think we took this. Okay, skip. Yeah, I took that. I took this one also. Thank you. Okay, thank you so much. It was my pleasure. But yeah, make sure to join the WhatsApp group. This is for the others as well. The WhatsApp group is the best place where you can discuss all sort of doubts or any sort of brainstorming that you want to do related to robotics. This is the best place to do it, right? The WhatsApp community, the School Connect Electronic Systems WhatsApp community with multiple groups for each microcontroller and for each robot type, along with our very own off-topic group where we discuss a lot of interesting things. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Let's finally move to the next slide, Rajbir. I don't want to keep checking your questions. It's sort of like an algorithm in itself.
We have some questions here.
Okay, four people are ready.
People are ready.
Let's see what this question is.
Means more people will show up
5.
eventually. Okay, let's start then.
Deepak, I do believe took your question, but if you want to ask anything else, you can paste it in the chat. Okay, feel free for that.
I had outside.
What is the voltage? Okay. All right, let's take a look at this. Okay, this I believe was a bit ambiguous, but no worries. It totally depends from microcontroller to microcontroller. But on average, it is usually 5 volts, but 3.3 volts to 5 volts is the range that you can assume. But yeah, it depends. Don't stick to one and go for go for choice selection, or else you'll get magic smoke.
Okay, guys, show up in more number in the quizzes because we have a leaderboard waiting for you at the end.
Oh yeah, we certainly do have a leaderboard where the people who answered the most number of questions right and the fastest will get a shout out at the end of the session. Yeah, Rajvi, let's go to the next one. Questions for the audience. Answer this question as soon as you can because it's time based. Okay, Deepak, so the choice is yours. I did say this a couple of minutes ago. The choice is yours. You can choose whatever you want to build. Okay, a robot car out of the microcontrollers or a walking robot. It's your decision. All right, amazing. Correct answer is 12 volts. All right,
All
perfect.
right, let's go.
Yeah, Rajbir, you take over. All right, making fun. Okay, based on this point, I also wanted to mention earlier there was a discussion as to which programming language is the best for beginners. I would like to say that this is a well-known worldwide fact that MicroPython is, of course, the best programming language to start with. But yeah, if you're interested in C, you can go for that also. In school, I guess they teach you how to do C programming. In our course also, we had C programming. But yeah, we had Python also. So for beginners, I would recommend Python, MicroPython, because it happens to be the most easiest programming language to learn in the entire world. For beginners, that is. Yeah, that is the correct answer, of course, MicroPython and C. So let's go to the next slide, or the next question, rather. I hope you guys are finding this interactive and interesting because this is the template for all the coming sessions in the future. So I hope that you guys are enjoying yourselves. But yeah, let's just stay tuned for the next session.
Follow
What is the
similar
software?
pattern for
Okay.
the live sessions, which are yet to commence and happen. So we do have quizzes there also. So yeah.
Okay, I'll just wait for the timer. Okay,
Three
great.
people.
Let's go to the next one. No, it's okay. It's okay. We did get the interesting ones already. So the really keen ones among them, I definitely want to see them build their robots. So that's something I look forward to. Even for the walkie, I guess if you're just stepping into robotics, or if you're just completely new for all of this tech and all that stuff, then walkie is the best project to start with because it is absolutely basic, ground level, just on and off type of system, right? It just has a motor with that crankshaft sort of motion that Rajbir explained earlier. But you are already aware of the stuff. If you have even a little bit of basics as to what these kind of things are, you can choose any 3 microcontrollers. Built-in
We
Wi-Fi
have
capabilities.
discussed
Okay, I
those
believe the
questions
Raspberry
right
Pi
in this session
PicoWH
itself.
is. Yep. I do believe the Raspberry Pi PicoWH is missing from this list, but anyway, no worries.
Actually, we discussed
Actually,
that
the
Arduino
PicoWH has
requires
both
an
Wi-Fi.
external Bluetooth module and Wi-Fi module. So I discussed this in this.
Yeah.
So anyway,
PicoWH actually has both Wi-Fi as well as Bluetooth. So applications are open for Bluetooth. All right, question 6 or 7. Let's see what this question is. Okay, this is another similar one. So at this point, other TAs, I don't know. So Rajbir, is there any advice or any recommendation that you would give to people who want to choose the walkie?
Let's get done with the quiz, I guess, then we can move on.
Okay, sure. Yeah, anyway, we're at the last question now.
Okay. Not bad.
What was the last one, or do we have one more?
This is the last one, I guess.
Okay, perfect. Okay, what role does a motor driver play? Great, 6 people got this answer right. Anyway, I guess
Yeah, let's head to the leaderboard now. We are
most
done
of
with
them
the
want to.
quiz.
Yeah, perfect. All right, Rajbir, please do the honors.
Okay, so we have Shubham here with the highest number of points. Congratulations, Shubham.
It's Shubhan,
Oh,
if I'm
yeah.
not wrong. Yeah.
Thank you.
Congratulations, buddy. I guess he was the fastest and the most number of points.
Yeah, that's correct.
All
I
right.
think that really shows he was paying attention. But then, yeah, I think now we can move on to getting the feedback. I think we can take some
Yeah,
specific
so
feedback.
if you
But
guys are
yeah,
interested in talking about what you would like to do, or what projects you're interested in, or what your domain interest is, feel free to use this empty playground for your benefit. Okay,
and
so
maybe
we're
we can
looking to
get a
that.
few more ideas and then incorporate that in this batch as well.
Yeah, definitely. That's a good idea.
Interesting. We certainly can.
So, guys, we are open to suggestions right now.
Looking forward to completing the project. Awesome. All right, I guess we'll get most of the interaction from the WhatsApp groups, as it was observed in the previous batches. But a nice presentation. Thank you for explaining everything, Aditya and Rajbeer.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice work, Rajbeer. We're getting. Yeah, thanks a lot for
And
this
also, we have to
comment,
account for
because
the
it
fact
really
that a lot of students
gives us
would be
the.
watching this session after it is recorded. So, for those of you who are
Mhm.
watching this after the live session
Yeah,
ends,
so if you're watching this on
just make
YouTube,
sure
don't
to
worry, you
join the
will be
WhatsApp
added to
group
the
and then
WhatsApp group.
interact with us. And if you have any other
Mhm.
questions before you
Yeah.
join the group, feel free to drop us a mail at School Connect.
Perfect. And as I was saying, these kind of comments are what gives us motivation. So thank you so much, whoever put that comment. And yeah, please use the WhatsApp. Don't worry, you will be added to the WhatsApp group.
Yeah, it will be taken care
Just
of. Don't worry.
have some,
As soon as possible, you
yeah,
guys will be added to the group.
have some patience. Don't worry. You don't, yeah, you don't have to do anything. You will be added automatically. The registered mobile number that you gave for admission, that is the one that we use for the WhatsApp group. Okay, so just bear with us
Also,
for some time.
a side note, following the SOP, we would be sending a mail taking permission from your parents for all of you to be added to the WhatsApp group. So make sure to keep an eye out on your inbox. And when such a mail does come, make sure that your parents' consent is there, and only then, when you submit that form, only then will you be added to the WhatsApp group. So yeah, just consider that.
Okay, thank you, Naman, for adding up to that
Yeah.
information.
Yeah,
So,
no worries.
guys, everyone who is present here, as you heard, Namai, our TA, he mentioned that you guys are expected to fill the consent form. So that is what helps us in adding you to the WhatsApp groups.
And also, I would like to reiterate building a robot guarantees you a second certificate. Okay, of course, you have to build and submit a video of you explaining. But yeah, you will be eligible for a second completely different certificate certifying that you did build a robot under the IT Meta School Connect program. So only if you build and submit your robot. Okay, so if you're interested, then please do that and you will get a second certificate completely at your name. All right, Raghbir, as I was saying, any advice that you would like to give the students who are considering to take the walkie?
Yeah, definitely. So there are a couple of advices who are taking up walkie in this January batch. So what we have seen over the batches, there are some common queries and there are some common issues which students generally come across while building the walkie robot. And those are generally the walkie toppling down while walking and not functioning properly. And also there are some issues like which needs to be discussed right now. So one thing which you guys need to ensure is the gluing of the components. So that is one of the very most essential part of the building process. So having a faulty attachment of the components can result in your walkie robot not functioning properly and not working. So the gluing part is very essential. And secondly, the advice which I would like to give all of you is that to keep the height of your walkie robot as less as possible, because what we have generally seen is some students, they end up building a walkie robot which is above the expected height, and just because of the center of mass being more high up from the ground level, so there is a higher chances of the walkie robot toppling while performing the walking motion. So it is advisable to all of you that to keep the height of the walkie robot as less as possible. These are two advices, and rest definitely we are open to more discussions in the live sessions. So see you guys there.
Certainly, certainly. I really look forward to the live session of this batch because I was told that it's going to be really interesting. So make sure you attend the live sessions, okay? It will be recorded, but I would recommend that you attend it live because that is the way in which you'll actually get to interact with our presentations. Right, so I'll be, for example, I'll be showing up one question and then you'll have to answer it on your mobile phone. And that is why we use a Mentimeter. Okay, so I really hope to, really look forward to seeing all of you guys. And also, thank you so much for all of these supportive comments. It's what keeps us motivated and encouraged to help you guys out. Be it if you're stepping into robotics or if you're already a pro, it just means a lot. So thank you so much. I guess. Oh, Raghbir, you already got someone interested in the walkie.
Yeah, I got
Amazing.
someone. Anyways, see you in the live sessions.
Awesome, perfect. Thanks a lot, guys.
All right, thank
Have
you
a
everyone for
wonderful day
joining in.
ahead.
Have a good evening,
Yeah,
and
Yep,
see you in the live sessions then.
yep. Bye bye, and happy festivities to everyone. Pongal.
yeah, definitely.
Bye bye.
And anyways, we don't have our friend TA Vivek here. He's facing some power connection issues.
But
There
yeah,
is
on behalf
power
of him
cut in
as
his
well,
area.
have a good day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Bye bye, guys. You can leave the session. Thank you so much for joining. We'll see you later.